Xena the Glamper Camper back there. Let us get you guys popped up here. We are about to do something possibly crazy, but hey Google, turn on the Christmas tree. You guys, this tree, and I understand it's been 3 years, but well, first let's do this. Dear God, thank you so much for blessing me and Xena and our families and the people around us and people everywhere. We are so grateful for all of your blessings. We're grateful even for the rain that is falling diagonally right now outside while it's totally sunny. We are grateful for everything, and we just hope that we can get many more years of fun and enjoyment. Amen. Okie dokie. So, this Christmas tree, this is only the third time I've used it. I got it, so I used it this Christmas and then 2 Christmases before. And these, you guys, oh my gosh, I literally filmed the video for this. I never posted it yet. This is a blueberry pick I got from Andrew Seed Co. I don't know if you guys have ever watched Garden Answer, Laura from Garden Answer, but this blueberry pick was from her parents' garden center. I saw it in a video, and I called, and I ordered them over the phone. They are super pretty. Thank you to anyone who is watching. Me and Xena are very appreciative. But you guys, I've used this tree 3 times, and what happens the third time? The freaking half of the lights go out. And you know, I love Christmas trees, but I have really grown to very deeply dislike pre-lit Christmas trees. And you know why? Because the companies that make these things, they want the lights to go out so that you throw away this entire, I mean, full price, this is like an $80 tree. I mean, this stuff I'm going to take off in a second. I got from Pottery Barn, extra. This I got from Andrew Seed Co, extra. But the actual tree itself is like an $80 tree, and you're telling me to be plugged in 3 times, I'm just supposed to throw it in the trash and buy a new one? I'm sorry, but that's total baloney. And today we are going to figure out if you can unlit a pre-lit Christmas tree. So, obviously I've never done this before. I don't know if it's going to work. Who knows, it might get totally destroyed. But Xena is chilling in her bed. And it's funny, we're actually wearing some Christmas presents. Mr. Cameraman's mom got me these for Christmas. Love how comfy and warm they are. So appreciative. Mr. Cameraman got me this Land's End thing. Very soft and fuzzy. And this is one of Xena's birthday coats. But let's pull this dude up. And I want you guys to kind of get like a good view. Now I'm going to carefully... This tree is not very like weighted well. Or the weight is uneven. So I actually refrained from putting ornaments on it this year. And I want it to just be like sitting there. I don't think I'm going to put ornaments on it in the future. It's just going to be like garlands. And I want to leave it like fully put together all the time. So right now I'm just carefully undoing this Pottery Barn snowy flocked pick. Now, if you guys want, obviously I bought this pick years ago, but if you guys want anything like this flocked thing, get it right now. I got these on clearance. I can't even remember what I paid for them, but they are like ridiculously expensive if you want something that gives this flocked, really beautiful appearance. And I really just want to get them off so that I do not... Obviously, this flocking stuff does not last forever. I would like to get them off of the tree before I start going in there trying to get all these lights off. I think I have 2... I bought 3. One I actually did not use this year. It's meant to go like around my train set. Little Christmas Village. I never put that up this year. So I just have 2 on the tree itself. And if I could figure out how I got these things on here. They are freaking beautiful. And, you guys, if you're not thinking about Christmas 2024 yet, you're slacking. I listen to K-Love, and they're on the radio saying you should already be buying all your presents and stuff for next year. Obviously, I'm not going to do that, but a lot of people do a lot of Christmas stuff very early. So these are the flocked branches, but see how the tree, that was the other thing. After using this tree and storing it, even though it's like a solid piece, it's not multiple pieces of tree, somehow the weight on this thing got like messed up. Somehow it got redistributed, or the base is not, and like, it's a beautiful tree, but you guys, Christmas trees a lot of times are not the most high quality situation. So let's start, I guess. So let me angle you guys down a little bit. I'm gonna guess that I'm gonna need scissors for this, but the first thing we're gonna do is, look at how good Xena is. Oh, what's wrong? Are you cold? Do you want a blankie? Are you freezing over here with the door open? There you go. The blanket she really, really likes is in the washing machine. Here you go. Here you go. Good girl. Okay, so what I think I might need like some sort of trimmer or scissors for this. But what we're gonna do is start here at the bottom, and I have already found a spot where this cord, and I got this from Kohl's if I didn't mention that. So I found a little spot here where the cord is just tied up. Now let's see if I keep going around. Okay, so now the cord is going up. So now, okay, I'm to my first light, and now the light goes down. So let's see if I am able to untwist that. Now this tree, as you can see, the cord is like very visible. Now some of the new trees, like my dad's Christmas tree, it does not, the lights are not like accessible. Like the lights are actually built into the branches and to the like tree stump. So I'm not sure if something like this would be feasible on a tree like that. And you guys, this is actually going way easier than I thought it was going to. Right now, this cord around the bottom, and it's sad because the bottom lights work, but I am just sick and tired of Christmas tree lights going out. I wish that, and I know you can buy unlit trees, but I just feel like they're not nearly as readily available or as nearly as many styles or options as pre-lit Christmas trees. And also, they should be cheaper than pre-lit Christmas trees, right? I don't know if they actually are, but they should be. So, I don't know if you guys want to listen to my voice the whole time. I'm probably just going to, it appears that there's like one strand around the entire bottom. So that's what I was scared. I didn't know if it was going to be like a separate like cord around each branch or each bough. I think that's what like the whole branch is called. Now this Christmas tree, Kohl's no longer sells it, and I actually did reach out to them. I'm like, hey, I know I bought this a while ago, but I think it's really crazy that on the third time it's been plugged in, it's no longer functioning properly. And they basically, the live chat lady sent me to an email, and the email sent me to the live chat. So I ended up not going back to the live chat because I'm like, you know what? Sometimes it's not worth the fight, and I thought that it would be fun to try to unlit the pre-lit. So I'm trying not to be too rough. Some of these branches, it's 3 different textures, or 2 different textures, but they are one of them is like a totally just like solid plastic needle, and then one of them is like the traditional flat. Okay, so now this strand is going up to the next level. So let's just keep it going. I need to get this out the way so I'm not ruining that flocking. And now, maybe I was wrong. At first I felt like the next row was not as tightly wrapped around the branches. I called my dad and told him that I wanted to unlit my pre-lit Christmas tree, string, and he thought that it was totally crazy. But he's in that boat of just buy a new. He told me, he's like, just buy a new tree. It was actually for a different issue. It wasn't even for the lights. It was for this year I couldn't get it to stand up straight because the weight has somehow shifted around. And he's in the boat of, he's okay with just like going out and buying a new tree. I am messed up in the head, you guys. I have and I know it's probably not good, but I have real sentimental attachment to everything, especially Christmas trees, anything to do with Christmas trees, Christmas bows, Christmas ornaments, everything Christmas. And to me, this is gonna sound crazy, but replacing a Christmas tree, to me, is like you're replacing memories. And I don't know, I know other people don't think of, I think of Christmas trees the way that Mr. Cameraman thinks of like a Riata or a Mercury Sable. I mean, we just have attachment to certain things, and for everybody it's different, but for me, it is Christmas decorations. I mean, to me, this stuff is not disposable. I mean, a strand of lights, sure, disposable. But like a Christmas tree that I spent hours scouring the internet to pick out, this is Zena's Christmas tree, picking out the perfect tree. I mean, to go into my little Christmas tree forest. We have 3 trees, and I don't know. Very, very, okay, so now it's wrapping around just loosely. Now you guys all have to, our big tree, it's either 5 or 6 feet. The lights on it also stopped working, but that was many, many years ago. And I have never done anything about it. I just add new lights. I am kind of shocked that this is going so easy. I really thought that I was gonna like have to come in here and like individually cut a lot of these pieces. Oh, and this, Mr. Pip Extra, you're probably not watching, but if you are, and that's one of me and Zena's, I'll call you a regular on our lives. He really wants us to try out this chef seasoning, and if you'd ever watched a replay of this, so I cannot find it at any of my grocery stores locally here, I don't know, I live in Surprise, Arizona. I'm not really sure. I've looked on all the apps for all my grocery stores, and I cannot find it. But I found it on their website, and they actually have some killer deals on their website. So I will be ordering some of that very soon. But for anyone who's just joining, me and Zena are currently unlitting a pre-lit Christmas tree. Because I don't know if you guys are like me, but I am so infuriated by the fact that these companies make these beautiful, expensive trees, and they make them with seemingly such crappy lights, and then you're just expected to throw away the whole thing once the lights go out. And me and Zena are not about to throw this tree away. So I think we're already like halfway done, you guys. Again, much easier than I thought it was going to be. At least on this tree here, which again, I would link it, but Kohl's no longer sells it. Which is a real bummer because it's a freaking beautiful tree. It has multiple textures of greenery. Okay, so now it has splits. Okay, so now here's the plug-in. Now this is strange. This end is actually going into the base. Okay. Oh, no, it's not. It was just tied up on... Okay. Zena is totally covered up in that blanket. So now we have the end, and we have a couple... So it appears what they have done is when you buy Christmas lights, they're like braided like this. So what they did was they took out individual braids. So you see how this is a single strand. So they unbraided it to spread it out amongst the tree. So now I've got two individual strands here. Zena, your Christmas tree is going to survive for many more years to come. And you guys, I am not I love saying lit. I am not re-litting this unlit, pre-lit Christmas tree because I'm going to try something new next year. So I'm going to attempt, I have some really cool blue and silver Star of David garland that I want to push all the way, and I have like 33 feet of it. So I want to really shove it. I might do that today actually, just to get it prepped for next year. But I want it to be like totally packed into this tree. And then I'm going to put the snowy garland I got from Pottery Barn, and I'm going to put these blueberry picks I got from Andrew Seed Co. I don't want them after Christmas. I gave them to Zena for Christmas. I just had them in here like this, but I actually want to like work them into the foliage. And so that's what I want on this tree. I'm done with ornaments on it just because the way that it's been weighted. I got a new tree this year for my birthday, which is a saguaro. And I think I'm just going to put all of Zena's animal ornaments onto one arm of that tree in the future. And this tree is just going to be like a beautiful, classy looking, I mean, I don't know if it's classy, but a beautiful, just like, no ornaments. I don't know what I'm trying to say. If you've ever watched a Rebecca Robeson Christmas, she does like very, not typically anything like I would do. Like, very, very, very fancy, classy, I mean, belongs in a magazine. And that's kind of the vibe I am going for with this, without ornaments. I don't know if that's probably like an insult to even bring her up in this process, but she's really inspired me to just do something a little bit out of my comfort zone that might look really cool. Okay, so now I've still have the two strands coming out. I can't figure out what's going on with this one. I think it... This doesn't really seem like they had a like a pattern or any kind of like template or standard. It seems like they just kind of put these in here willy-nilly. Is that the saying? But you guys, I proved a point in this video, and I am so glad that I did this, because like I said, people have told me, oh, just throw it away, it's just a tree, who cares? And you know what? You do not have to throw it away. If the pre-lit is literally just a strand like this, which I did not realize it was, and this is even, like I said, like braided up, you can take it off. But no, so I didn't even finish. So what I want to do is and again, I don't know why, I don't know. This is just like a new vibe I want to go for. I want it to be like, have like a spotlight or something on it. Not strand lights. Maybe that sounds crazy. Obviously, I'm not going to do that part until like next year, next Christmas. But I don't, like I said, I'm tired of having to like replace stuff. And lights, in my experience, just are not very durable. They do not last for a long time. And what I found out, when you buy Christmas lights, on some of the boxes at least that I've looked at, they actually have like how long they're supposed to work. And a lot of Christmas lights are only designed by the manufacturers to work for like a couple of seasons max. And then they're designed so that they die within 2 seasons, and then you buy more. Which is not very nice, especially when they keep getting more and more expensive. But I guess that's what they want us to do. They want us to keep buying new. Okay. Now it's getting a little bit more really random. I mean, it does not seem like there is a method to the madness of how these lights were put on. It does make me wonder if like a human put these on. You'd think it would have to be. Okay. In this tree, which is, again, one of the surprising reasons the lights stopped working so soon, it does not get squished. It does not get laid on its side. It does not get put in a tote. When I store it, I have a huge Christmas tree bag that's meant for like a tree a million times bigger. And this thing gets very gently placed in, and then it stands up straight in that bag the rest of the year unplugged. Obviously unplugged. Nobody would have their Christmas lights plugged in during storage. Xena, I think we're almost done. I don't know where that other strand went. Or the other braid. There should be 3, if I'm thinking correctly. We're almost to the top. Okay, so where does this thing end? It appears to go back down. But see, now this other piece is getting tangled. So now, maybe they're attached? I don't know. Let's get this off. Wowza, you guys. That was way easier than I thought it would be. And like I said, all this is, there is two. So it's just the normal twisted Christmas light, and then they just separated the two strands. So, that I am very happy with, and I had very minimal leaf drop. I only have like 10 of the needles dropped. So I am very, very happy with that. It looks, I kind of manhandled it, so now parts of it look a little barren. But yeah. And now it seems to be, or no, it still wants to lean that way. Maybe now that I have this all taken apart, this is flocking. I don't really want to take this apart though. I might do that next year. But yeah, see, it's falling over. But I will not get rid of it. It is too beautiful. And it's Zena's tree. Not gonna have her ornaments on it anymore, but it is still her tree. So, I don't know if I want to do the garland on it right now. Yeah, I will, because I want to get this thing stored before next year. So give me 1 second. Okay, so here is our Star of David garland. Okay, so what I want to do is get this like totally shoved back into the tree, and I want it to just like totally be full of this. Because like I said, I might change my mind before next year, but as of right now, while I stick this garland in, I do not want lights in here. So I think what I'm gonna do is tie the end of it right down onto this bottom branch, so it is not going anywhere. And I want this to be packed. This will be like once I get a spotlight on it, or like a twinkling light, this will be like the light from within. And you might be able to see you'll be able to see a couple of the stars, but the main goal I got this garland was to go on our new tree, but once I decided to unlit this one, I thought it would look really cool, like totally packed in here like this. And it was way longer than I realized I was buying. 33 feet of this stuff. So now I think I'm done talking. So I apologize if you get onto this live later in the show, because I think we're done with the unlighting part. And now I'm just going to get this thing all filled and fluffed up and ready to be brought out of its bag for next year. Okay. So, we got it all the way up the trunk, all the way up the base. This garland is really not very thick. It has a very skinny, not very full pattern or style. And the tree is the thickest right here, so I'm just going to put a lot down here at the base. Even with all of these wraps though, it's maintaining a really tight to the base look, just because like I said, there's really not much to this stuff. And if you're just joining now and you want to see the actual process of unlighting this pre-lit tree, definitely jump back to the beginning of this video. And if you liked that process, if you liked this video, make sure to give us a big thumbs up and drop us a comment down below. We do live chat, actual chats during the original live. We try to mention, but we don't always catch them. But we respond to, at the moment, every single comment. I feel like this probably looks really crazy at the moment, but I have a vision that I think will really start to materialize once I fluff out the branches on this tree. Since I've started the twisting process, you can tell that I have unfluffed it in a couple of spots. Really, I'm feeling like I'm crazy. I feel like I keep wrapping it around the base and it's not looking any thicker or fluffier down there. But we'll keep it going. Are you guys team take your Christmas stuff down right away? The trees are still up. The other two trees are behind me. All the outside stuff I took down a while ago, but the inside stuff is still up. I don't know exactly what the name of the song is or if you guys have heard it, but there's a new song and it's basically like, let's make sure that Jesus isn't just a day in December. And I know certain people like to be Grinches. They like to say, oh, well, certain things about Christmas are only for the materialistic, only just because it's stuff. But I mean, everything, all the decorations that I put up, they're like because of Jesus. I mean, he has given us the blessings and the abilities to do all of this really fun, creative stuff. And me and Zena are just really grateful for the memories that he has blessed us with the abilities to create. I don't think I need any more at the top. I'm just going to really quick do a couple of rounds on the top, and then I'm going to put the rest of this garland on the bottom. Like I said earlier, this, in my vision at least, is like a glow, or it's like the very center. I mean, at the end, I want you to get lost. I want you to be able to look at the tree forever and look at all the layers and all the pretty stuff. But the idea that I have with this is that it's like the very, very center of the tree. And we have finally gotten to the end of this 33 feet of Star of David garland. Oh my gosh, I have so much. Every single one of these stars has been cut but not punched. So every single like insert of the stars is on my floor right now. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to grab a branch and we're just going to tie off the end of this garland so that it never ever moves. Maybe that's going to be a little tight. Let's do it on this one. Okay, I just pulled some off the end. Didn't actually, oh, it feels tight though. Okay, so now, oh, shouldn't have done that. Now that I've got the inside, the garland all wrapped up the trunk of the tree, now we are going to, oh, see how you can kind of like see it in the middle of the branches? We're going to bring back up these bottom branches that I had pushed down. And now we are just going to fluff out each one of these branches and make sure that those textures are blended in. Oh my gosh, I love this tree, you guys. I am so sad they don't make it anymore. I would buy another one just to have, not to replace this one, but just to have like a forest of them. I think they are stunning. and they fluff really good. Especially after I wrapped that. Looks like there's not many branches on this thing, but there are lots of them. I'm really happy with how this looks. Whew, broke one. See, but that's what I mean. One of the textures is just like solid plastic. The other one, the other texture is the more traditional, like thinned, needled fake Christmas tree. Okay, and you can see I've actually leaned it up against the tree this year anyways, but look at how pretty that looks. I know I'm a weirdo. You guys are probably like, that is so ugly. But that was my vision. You can just peek through, and when you look at it from certain angles, you can see that garland. I'm really, really happy with how that turned out. So now, what should I do first? The blueberry picks from Andrew Seed Co. or the flocked... Oh, how did that even break? Are you kidding me? This is why you have to be so careful with all this stuff. It's really, most of it is not made to last. It's all made to be very disposable, so that you throw it away and buy new. I think this was stuck on right here, maybe? I don't know. Now it is. Cool. I think what I'll do is do, oh my gosh, I can't decide. These are very, like the 3 clumps of blueberry on each pick are very close together. These are 3 strands, and you can really take, the strands are quite long, so you can take them in totally different directions on the tree. I don't know. For some reason, I want to do the blueberries first. They're new. I love them. Xena likes them. I literally got these for Xena, you guys, because blueberries are one of her favorite treats, and I have tried to grow them for her in our Zone 9B garden 3 separate times, and all 3 times they have died. So I got her 3 blueberry bushes that will never ever die. So what I do with a pick to get it wrapped up the whole tree is get it twisted at the bottom, and then this will be wrapped around the actual bottom of the tree. Now, since these picks are highly concentrated, since the blueberries are so close together, I don't think I'll put all 3 at the base. I think I'll put 1 at the base, 1 a little bit higher up, and 1 a little bit higher up. So I'm gonna get this one down to where I want it, and now you guys cannot see this, but you can hear me talk about it. Now I'm going to take this brown pick wire end, and I'm going to get it as tightly tied up, wound up around the base of the tree as I can. And if it's a little bit loose feeling at the bottom, it's chill, because once you work in the branches of the pick into the branches of the tree, it will have like weight up here holding it in place also. And then you can also take these picks higher up on each strand, and then you can do different stuff with that. So now I want this first part okay, I want that like right there. Then we're gonna bring this one, and then obviously you like fluff and refluff and refluff as you go when you are, I don't have any like design expertise, but when you're designing something kind of kooky like this, you kind of just, this piece I don't like, you kind of just go as you go. So then we'll bring this one up here. Oh yeah, I like that. You guys, my crazy little vision of is coming to life. I'm really, really happy with this so far. Again, if you want to only focus on the unlitting of a pre-lit Christmas tree, you can pop back to the beginning of this video. But if you're into this kind of fun, creative, floofy stuff, keep watching. Me and Zena really, really appreciate it. Well, I do at the moment. She, at the moment, does not care. She is asleep. And then let's kind of twist this guy in a little bit. Twist this one right there. Oh my gosh, I think that's so pretty. Maybe I'm a total weirdo, but I'm into it. I really like how moldable how this pick these blueberries are. Okay, so now kind of bring those back up. Oh my goodness. You guys, so that's only one of the blueberry picks so far. Isn't that freaking gorgeous? Oh my gosh. I freaking love that. So now we're going to do the next one, and we're going to start on the tree a little bit higher. Oh my gosh. I am so happy. This is exactly what I wanted. A bunch of different textures, and obviously this is not like a realistic way that a blueberry would grow, like with snow and stuff on it, but to me they look a little realistic. The tree's realistic. The flocking that I'm going to add is realistic. So I know I have the tree leaned. Eventually, this year I was supposed to battle the base. I was supposed to somehow get this thing weighted down so that it was even. I failed this year on doing that. So that's on the agenda for next year. But I want the blueberries to be all the way around the tree. So maybe I'll just go up a little teensy bit higher. Not very much though, because I want it to look like even. So I'll do it a little bit higher up, and then I'll bring these ones downward so that they go towards the base of the tree. So right now I'm just bending the picks, and then we're just going to go in. Let's clear a little space with that. Oh, and this, being higher up on the tree, I'm not in the way of that burlappy stuff, so I can really manipulate the pick. exactly how I want it. And I thought about putting the garland on to cover up the picks, like the wires, but then I'm like, I don't think I could get it as tight as I wanted. I think that would kind of like defeat what I was going for with like the glow from within. So now we'll kind of fluff out the branches that I moved to make room for my big hands. And I do like that positioning. So now we're going to work this third of the pick down this, and then you can see the other blueberries right here. You can't see. The other blueberries right here. So we'll just push those in a little bit. Maybe get a branch between them. Oh yeah, I like that. And take that this direction. Again, I love how pliable these picks are. I don't know if they have any left, but if you're watching this, it might be worth giving them a call. I literally watched a garden center Christmas tour video, and I saw these in the video. They weren't even on the website. And I'm like, I called them. I'm like, hey, I love those blueberry picks. Are they going to be available on the website anytime this like year? And they said no, but just give us a call and we'll get you an order for them. So absolutely amazing customer service. I mean, obviously not sponsored, but super great. I've bought stuff from them a couple times now, and I am so happy with these picks. And I think I'm still, even as I'm doing this, I'm a little worried. A lot of the blueberries are going to get covered up by the frosted picks, but the goal of doing these first is that even though the wires on this are covered in a nice brown color, the hope is that the frosted picks will cover up a lot of, like right here, just this chunk of brown. So now we'll take this dude and do kind of a sharp bend right here. Bring these in. Take the floof, cover up that bend I just made. My dryer is making all sorts of noises. After I'm done here, I've got to go fold some laundry. And then the closer you get to the ends on these picks, the less holdable. They're still malleable or whatever, but they don't hold where you put them as well the further you get to the end of the piece. If that makes any sense at all. Probably not. And then the end, since it won't stay on its own, I just twisted it around a branch. And holy cow, this thing keeps getting better. So now we're going to turn this one in this way. Now obviously this is not like what picks, or actually I don't know, I don't officially know what a pick is. What usable or what a pick is actually meant for. I'm pretty sure they're just meant to be like stuck in, not manipulated so much, not manipulated in like a permanent fashion like I'm doing here. Like I said earlier, the idea is that, or not even an idea, I mean it's the facts. This tree will stay put together like this for all of eternity, and it will just be put into a tree bag. Okay, so I just put in the second one. I am absolutely loving how this is turning out. And this is pretty empty right there. We need some bloobs right there. This looks good. This looks good. Maybe I could, bring this guy up a little bit. Bring this guy down a little bit. I love how flexible these are. Okay, so I like how those two are. So now the last pick, or the last blueberry pick, and it looks like it's wanting to fall, so let's push it that way. The last blueberry pick I have, I want to focus it, or have a large chunk of it right here. So, let's get off this little white plastic. Now this one I'm not entirely sure. I don't know if I should start it at the top and bring it down. Maybe let's try it. I don't know what that would look like. And then if I started at the top, I'll be able to take this part down, and then I can take the other 2/3. I'm saying 2/3, they're not even, which I'm not mad about, but. And then I can take the other 2 parts down the other side. So let's try to do that. So, I'm going to take this guy. And we can actually use the Star of David garland to help us out on this part by getting this brown pick wedged in there. And then let's pull up the top of our tree back through. Oh, I lost a blueberry. That's okay, we'll survive, I think. Especially since I got 3 of them. And I don't even know what material this is, you guys. I don't know where it went. I heard it drop. I filmed a video on unboxing these picks. I am so happy with them. I literally have no idea what material they are. To me, it looks like it's a styrofoam ball, and then they dipped it in some sort of like crackly, plasticky paint. Then, brown plastic tips, or whatever you want to call that. And then multiple textures of fake snow. They've got glitter. They've got like little like glittery ribbony looking textures. Then they have like classic fluff, like snow fluff. So yeah, they've got a lot going on, and that's what I like. I mean, if you haven't noticed yet, I like a lot of stuff going on. And then look at this. You barely even notice that brown wire up there. And the Star of David is still shining through the tree. Excuse me. Obviously, you will be able to see less and less of that as we put on the last 2 picks, but again, the whole point of that is it's just like peeking through. Okay, so we're gonna take this, twist it that way for a second. This is really, really fun for me. If you guys like this kind of video, this kind of live, definitely tell us about it. If you liked it, share with your friends. Tell anybody you know who's really all about Christmas, who loves decorating, who loves Christmas trees. I'm going to try to bend that branch up right there. And then I'm obviously going to need to cover up this little chunk with the flocked pick next. But I at least want to get some of that covered up. And then maybe twist that guy. And then also, when you get towards the end of these, and this, obviously, stuff is going to break off of these picks and stuff. Like I said, all of this stuff is very, like, disposable. And that's the whole idea of putting these, I mean, these picks were expensive. I think for all three of them, after tax and shipping, I paid like $60, or not 60, I paid like $80. So, I obviously don't want something so beautiful and expensive to get like ruined, and especially not quickly. So that's the whole plan with this tree. Is I want this stuff to just stay on here forever. So you manipulate it once, you bend everything once, and then you don't do anything next year. Like I said, it just goes into a tree bag. I think that this is the perfect amount of blueberries though, especially because even more are going to get covered up during the next step. And again, I'm going to have to focus, since I started this at the top, I'm going to have to focus some flocked business right here to cover that up. But it really doesn't look that bad anyways. Now, and actually, what I'm going to do right now is change my mind, because that's what I do constantly. And I'm going to bend one of these two, or actually it's 3 pieces. How great's that? Look at that. Now what I was just talking about is covered up. You guys. Ooh, I love this so much. Xena, this time the blueberries will never die. I know I'm a weirdo though. I mean, who else gets their dog? A lot of blueberries are falling off on this strand. I mean, like I said, this stuff isn't crazy quality. So, am I like really mad? No. But I don't know what's different about this last strand, but 3 blueberries fell off on the last strand. And then the other ones eventually will probably fall out, but I'll just shove them in there. So, you guys, I'm still loving it. Whew. Here is layer 2 complete. And I know some people might think that this is like totally ugly and crazy, but Christmas is all about you and your families, and I mean it's all about Jesus, but it's about what he's done for you individually and for everybody. They are going to celebrate and they are going to rejoice and they are going to worship in different ways. So there's no judgment here. Okay, now that we have the blueberries all in place, let's do the frosted picks. Now, like I said, these are very, very long. So I start both of these, and this is the first time they've come off the tree. And I start these at the bottom, and then I twist them and work them in up the tree. So what we'll do here is squeeze up the top branches. So that I can twist. And this pick is a lot more intense. It's like a very thick plastic, and obviously there must be like a wire inside of it, but it's not like a fabric-y or papery material. It's like just a very thick plastic coating. Okay, so I'll get down here with my hands. Doing it around the base of the tree is difficult. It's much easier to wrap these like midway, or to start these like midway up the tree, or like the last one I did at the very top of the tree. So, and these are harder to manipulate. So I'm gonna try to get it as tight as I can down here. Like I said, it's not like super, super tight at the bottom. The pick's more get sturdy and hold up their weight when you start to twist them around all the branches and stuff. So now we have that dude twisted on. So what I'm actually going to do is get both of them twisted on to start with, because I think the more stuff I get worked up on the base of this tree, I think the harder it will be to get back around the base. And see, now it's standing up straight. So I really cannot, I mean, I know for a tree this tall, this is probably a lot of stuff, but I really can't figure out what makes the thing fall over. Okay, so get the end of this. And again, this might totally not be your style at all. I think that's totally fine. Everybody does Christmas totally different. Normally, I'm not about like a theme or anything, but for this tree, I just think that it would be really cool to do more of like a, again, I'm going to call this classy, which it's not, but it's like totally not my vibe normally to do something like this. But I just kind of had an idea, and we're doing it. So now I'll push that stuff back up there for a second. Do this one in the front. So you can see there's like 3 main, or I guess there's actually 4 like strands. So now what we're gonna do is, you can see this right here. I don't want that to be showing. So, or it's gonna be showing, but not. I don't want it to be that noticeable. So we're gonna like stick it up on top of this clump of branching. So then when you fluff this dude, it's not nearly as noticeable. And now you just take one piece at a time, and like I said, these are longer, so it's easier to get them all the way up the tree. But at least for my brain, for my vision I've got going on, you'd want it to go, I mean, you'd want some all the way up here. I don't think this is, I mean, I don't see any other way, I guess. I mean, I'd want some, now obviously, you don't want it to go like straight up, because then it looks, to me at least, very like not a part of the tree. So I'm going to slowly start just working that branch up. And as I go, you'll manipulate other branches, twist other branches or other parts of the pick around to help hold each other. I want some of this to go behind Blueberry, the Blueberry pick beautifulness. And I took it that way. Now I'll take it around that branch. And every once in a while, this does not hold its shape very well. So every once in a while, you have to like clamp it down, or not clamp it down, but like twist one of the branches around it. And I want it to go like really in right there. And then if I can get just part of it to come this way. And if you guys think this is ugly, I kind of want to know in the comments. I want to know if I'm like totally crazy, if this is totally not something that anybody thinks looks good or looks pretty or vibes with. I want, like, am I the only one that thinks that this kind of like just packed with different textures and different, obviously again the Star of David stuff is not natural, but that's just like the shiny glow from within. But all of this other stuff is just very like natural, many different textures going on. I just would find it interesting to know if anybody else likes that look. Because that's the reason I got this tree, is because it had different textures going on. It wasn't just like a basic, like normal flat leaf like my 6-foot tree, which I love. It's just a completely different vibe. Now this shorter stem, I am just working right up, and see how it just like sits behind the blueberries? There's a little pine cone. We can work that into the blueberry. I mean, I could not be happier with how it's turning out. And if you're just joining us and you think I'm crazy for decorating a Christmas tree after Christmas, this just goes into a tree bag and it stays like this until next Christmas. Now we'll bring this dude over here. Now these, I don't know if the blueberries are actually identical, but these strands, I'm pretty sure, are identical. So they're like the same length of pick. So that one's shorter, so it obviously won't go all the way up the tree. And then this one, I might, would that be pretty? Just like, no. I think too much of the flocking would come off. Ooh. And the blueberries have additional snow texture, which I think just adds to the, like, a million different things all going on at once. So what I'm gonna do is take this one under those couple of branches. And now I'll do a little twisty twist at the bottom. Like I said, this pick, super beautiful. I got it on clearance too. At full prices, they were, I want to say they were like $40 each. I can't even remember what I paid for them. But this pick does not hold its shape at all. I mean, it's very flexible, obviously, but not a, it has to be like wrapped around branches or branches twisted around it. And then this piece, I want to go behind this clump of blueberries. Oh my gosh, that is freaking gorgeous. Woo! I am in love. Okie dokie, so, and again, if you don't like it, if you do like it, tell me. Tell me anything you want in the comments. I cannot even believe, you guys, look at it. I'm looking at it in the camera right now. And next, I mean, I'm going to get even more stuff for this thing, you guys. It is going to be full to the brim. I mean, it's going to be like, boop, popping. I love this look. Like a million different things going on at once, but it's still, like there's enough, I think, of each piece covering the entire tree that it looks, I keep using the word natural. People, you guys are going to think this is not natural at all. But to me it's natural, and there's like a million different things going on, and I love it. And I love that the Star of David is peeking through. Okay, so now we'll twist this dude around to the empty backside. And now we'll find, I want to, really, tree? I'm treating you so nice. I don't want to throw you away. I'm doing everything I can to not throw you away. And this part came off again. And you're going to do that to me? Really? Really? I like to start with the longest piece so that I can get it up close to the top of the tree. So let's start down here, get it at the base, and do a quick little wrappy wrap. And hopefully this video, I hope people watch it like before Christmas next year. So if you are unboxing your Christmas tree and the lights don't work, even if, again, you don't have the stranded lights like me, hopefully this could be a little bit of, I think Mr. Cameraman just got home. But hopefully this might be a little bit of like inspiration for you. Instead of throwing it away, you can try to make it new again. So I think I want another branch from the tree to twist back and hold that guy in. And then we'll bring this dude up this way, tuck that in, maybe go around this branch right here. And again, next year, I will really focus on a solution. I can't tell whose cars are what. I'll really focus on a solution for getting this tree to be stable so that it can stand up on its own without having to be leaned up against the wall. So now we're going to take this piece, and really when you get into stuff like this, I mean, it's all about how you like it, what the end goal you want it to be. I mean, if you're doing a tree, you can make it look however, which way you want it to. So what I'm going to do is tuck this strand behind these blueberries, but in front of these ones, I want it to be like a very layered look. And then twist those up at the top. Oh, I love that. Oh, these did not really go behind the blueberry. So the main, I don't want to call it problem, but with me, with what I want the end to look like, the only issue with the frosted pick is it's not like doesn't look like it's coming from within, I don't think. It's a little bit harder to make look like that, I think. So now this one, let's find the most empty spot. Probably right there. So now we're actually overlapping with the first. And now I'm just going to kind of shove it in there. Stick that guy through. And like this flocked stuff, I really don't think you want to touch it and move it year after year. I mean, eventually all the snow would be gone, I would think. I've never actually done it before. See, but like, I mean, this stuff, it just flops. So you really have to use other things. I don't know if it was meant for a tree. It might just be meant to like sit on a mantle or like on the counter. But you really have to manipulate it with other things holding it. I am happy with that. So now, what I'm gonna do is lean that side up against the wall. And then this little broken piece we'll just tuck in somewhere. And hopefully it will not, hopefully it won't fall out, since it's not actually, I don't have a long enough piece to tie it around the trunk anywhere. But we'll tuck it in right here. I think I'm really happy with the order on which I put these on. I'm glad I did this one last because it has so much extra fluff that it really covers up all the infrastructure of the blueberries. But still lets the blueberries shine through. And the entire goal with the Star of David garland was for it to be like peeking through, which I'm really, see, this is what I'm not. It's like this, coming down right here. It looks like it's like not coming from the inside. so let's try to get, okay, so I like that. Now it looks like it's coming from the inside. And I think we're done. The dude wants to tip over even more now, which obviously it's got tons of stuff on it. But, like I said, next year I will get the weight on the bottom figured out. But you guys, I absolutely love how that turned out. So, oh, and look, there's a Star of David right at the very top. But yeah, I'm so grateful for anyone who watched even a couple seconds of this video. Me and Zeno really appreciate it. If you liked this video, make sure to give us a big thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit that bell so that you never miss the next time me and Zena upload a new video. Get out and enjoy what God has given us, and get out and enjoy nature and food as much as we do. Have a great one.